guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back after a 1-week hiatus. I need a little bit of a mental break, to be honest. It's been a crazy time these past couple of months, so I've been silent on Instagram and here on YouTube, but I feel better, refreshed. I spent a lot of family time just relaxing and not worrying about any type of work, and no housework did we do, although we have a lot of renovations still to do, a lot of unpacking to do. I kind of just pushed it to the side and we enjoyed time with each other. So today is going to be an exciting video because I'm going to share with you guys some tips and tricks on how to pick the perfect farmhouse sink, and make sure you stay tuned to the end because I will also be doing a little kitchen sneak peek. We are not 100% done, but almost there. So from the last time I showed it to you, there have been plenty of changes that I'm excited to share with you guys. I'll do an overall tour so you can see what everything looks like. Judging by my last house update, by the comments, you guys are just as obsessed with my farmhouse sink as I am. I'm going to be including some before shots so you can see what the kitchen was like before. Huge transformation. That's literally an understatement. You'll see what it was before. The sad excuse of the sink that used to be there, as well as the kitchen that we totally designed and did ourselves. This whole house was DIY, no exaggeration. And honestly, it took me probably 4 months of research. I was up to like 1 in the morning seeing what would be the perfect sink for me. Narrowed it down to the Sinkology Bradstreet white fire clay sink. I love it, you guys. I reached out to Sinkology once I narrowed down the one that I thought would be perfect for me. They were so kind as to send one out to me. Today I'm going to be narrowing it down to the top 3 things that helped me decide, which I hope also helped those of you that are in the market for a new sink, and that is going to be durability, cost, and of course aesthetic. So without further ado, let's get right into today's video. The first thing in deciding when it comes to picking out the farmhouse sink that's going to work for you is actually going to be durability. I have a toddler, so that was really important for me. We plan on having more kids, so I knew I wanted something that was going to look beautiful, but it also needed to last for us. My toddler is going to be throwing forks in there, her plastic cups, and I needed to make sure that it was going to be something that I don't have to stress about and worry if she's going to be ruining it, or someone that's using my sink like my husband. He's usually not the most careful in there. So what I loved about this farmhouse sink, it is a fire clay sink. So there is absolutely guaranteed, you guys, no chipping, no scratching, and no staining. You don't know what a big deal that is for me. I not only get to have a beautiful apron front farmhouse sink, but I don't have to deal with the stress of worrying about it getting ruined and having to have some like extensive care routine. So always make sure, depending on the lifestyle that you have, that it is going to be suited for your lifestyle. And if farmhouse sink, if white isn't your particular thing, Sinkology does have a wide array of options, different sizes, drop-ins, copper sinks, so tons of things for you guys to choose from. So that's what I really loved about it. I knew I wanted a farmhouse sink, but I was worried, honestly, when I first started looking into them. It's going to be something that lasts for me. So this one, you do not need to worry about any of those things. And as I mentioned, right on their website, you can see it is a guarantee that is not going to chip, stain, or anything like that. Now on to the second thing that's really important when I was researching for my perfect farmhouse sink was cost. Cost can be extremely expensive. When I first looked into them, I honestly almost opted out of getting a farmhouse sink because I felt like it just was not in our budget. They were just way too expensive. I wanted something that was going to look beautiful. I have always dreamed of having a farmhouse sink, but I didn't want to be out of budget. Since we're renovating an entire house, things were quickly adding up. So this one retails for only $4.99, which if you guys have been in the market and have done a little bit of research on your own, I'm sure you have seen that this is a very affordable option. You can easily find the Sinkology farmhouse sinks right on HomeDepot.com, so they're easy to shop, which I loved. You can see all the options that they have, different sizes to see if it's going to work for you. And you know, I'm always about beauty on a budget. So I love finding options that I can have in my home that are going to be beautiful, but I either need to get a sale on it or it needs to be marked at a really great price for me to logically feel like it's a good option to be able to place in my home. So I want something that's going to last me, of course, and then be in a very budget-friendly price point. With families, it's great to have a nice deep sink like this. So if it's at a price point where you can definitely afford it, then I think it works out for everyone. You get to have something you love at a price you can afford. The final thing is going to be aesthetic. The number one mistake I hear people say is, I love a farmhouse sink, but I don't have farmhouse style. Now that is absolutely wrong. You do not need to have a farmhouse kitchen to have a farmhouse sink. My kitchen, once you guys see it in just a bit when I show you the tour, it is very glam, modern, all white, has pops of gold in it, very glamorous, large pendant lighting in gold I have in there, and my farmhouse sink still goes. It's all white. It has the apron front, which I personally wanted, but if that's not something that you feel like goes with your taste, but you do want something deep, you can go for ones that are drop-ins. They also have copper ones, which, oh my gosh, when I saw them, they are so beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous copper sinks in different styles. So if that goes for more your taste, if you have like a Mediterranean type of flair, you can definitely do something like that with some like dark cabinetry. I think it would look absolutely beautiful. So don't ever feel like you can't go with the farmhouse sink because you don't have farmhouse style. You of course want to make sure it goes with the aesthetic and the whole design and layout of your kitchen, because it is going to be a focal point. Mine is a 30-inch farmhouse sink, so it works perfectly. I feel like the size, the depth, everything just works great for our lifestyle, our family, and it definitely goes with the whole aesthetic of my kitchen, which you guys will see. Comparing to other farmhouse sinks, I love that the front of it is very classic and simple, so I feel like that's why it's very versatile and it's able to go with a lot of different looks. Whether you have a transitional style, a modern style, you can definitely incorporate it in and it'll still look really beautiful. So always keep that in mind. Look at your various options. Don't be so narrow-minded when you're doing your research, and it literally is my dream sink and my dream kitchen. So enough talking. I'm sure you guys are ready to see the sneak peek, so we'll head on downstairs. I'll be flipping the camera around so you can see all of the kitchen and less of me. Alright guys, so we are now downstairs. This is an overview of the kitchen, just looking back into like this little hallway behind my couch area. So we have all of our pendant lights fully up. Then we put the hardware in for over here. These are actually cabinets that open up, so we're able to have storage like that. We are missing one. They sent us one large instead of one small. So here I've just kind of been storing some of Mila's toys. This way those are out of the way, since we have an overabundance of storage in this kitchen, which is really great. This is what our countertop looks like. It is a quartz. For those of you, I've been getting a lot of questions on it. It is from the Reliance brand and the color is called Lincoln. So if you can see, there's very minimal veining, which is what I wanted, and the veining is almost like a grayish. It's not a gray, it's a little bit of beige it pulls, so I absolutely love it because I feel like it goes perfectly with the kitchen. We are not yet complete with the backsplash. This is what the hardware looks like. I decided to go with these larger ones for all of the uppers, so as you can see there, as well as the drawers that we did. Now this gap right here is for a microwave, which if you can see is right over there on the countertop for now, because Mike still has to do a couple of like wiring for it to go in its actual place. It's been bothering me having a huge microwave there, but probably this week we'll be tackling that. And then here is our backsplash. I absolutely love it. We have not yet grouted, so it's not yet complete. He just went ahead and installed this entire back wall so far, and then we still have to do this piece over here. So this, I want to say, this whole section took him 2 full days, because if you can see, I wanted a herringbone pattern. That is a lot more labor of love and takes a lot more time. But it is a marble 3x6 honed. I know the polished marble would be like easier to clean and whatnot, but I personally love like the honed matte finish. Same thing, the backsplash and this particular marble that I selected, it is, I believe, I can't remember the exact name from now, but when I do my full kitchen reveal and everything's 100% done, I will of course be telling you where everything is from, the name, the brands, the colors of everything, in case any of you are interested. I know a few of you said you're going to be doing some remodels and you would love to know. So this same thing is like a grayish type of marble. So it goes really nicely along with the gold hardware, since that is warmer. I wanted to pull some warmth into the countertops with this veining here. And then we can actually add, this hole right here is for a pot filler, a gold pot filler that I ordered. I can't wait to put that in, because same thing, that's gonna bring a pop of gold to the background. Like on this end, my sliding doors right here out to my backyard, and then this is my 18-inch floor-to-ceiling pantry. Then we have all of these drawer cabinets. Besides my pendant lights are definitely my farmhouse sink. You guys can see how nice it looks, especially with the gold handle here. when I'm washing dishes. We have already had tons of guests over in our house. I've just been able to be here washing dishes and everything like that while still chatting with my guests. Everyone that comes over, they love this feature as well, just because I don't feel like I'm separated. I can get the dishes washed. I don't put it off so I could chat with my guests. I could tackle both at once, so that's always great. This is the little sneak peek of what the kitchen looks like so far. Like I said, we still have to add the microwave where it's supposed to be, finish up the backsplash, add the pot filler, and then a couple of more details and decorating it all, and then it will be complete and ready for the reveal. But I feel like this is a pretty good idea to tell you guys and show you what it's looking like. I know you've been excited to see. So be sure to thumbs up this video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any other future videos. And I will talk to you guys all in my next one. Bye.